Supporters of the growing movement for Africa's liberation and unity.
Welcome to our channel. Today, we journey through the rich history and vibrant leadership of Africa, a continent that has been shaped by some of the most charismatic and influential leaders the world has ever known. From the southern tip to the northern sands, the African continent is a tapestry of diverse cultures and histories. Leading this tapestry are figures whose legacies continue to inspire and shape the destiny of their nations. This video gives a comprehensive overview of these leaders, focusing on their backgrounds, significant achievements, leadership styles, and lasting impacts on their countries and the continent. Starting of our list, Paul Kagame, Rwanda. Born on October 23, 1957, in Tambwe, Rwanda, Paul Kagame was a refugee in Uganda, where he joined the rebel forces that eventually helped end the Rwandan genocide. Kagame became president of Rwanda in 2000 and has been credited with transforming the country from the devastation of genocide to a model of economic growth and stability. His leadership emphasizes development, anti-corruption, and technological innovation. Kagame's tenure has been praised for economic development and peace building, though it has also faced criticism for authoritarianism and human rights concerns. His leadership remains influential in shaping Rwanda's future. 14. Namdi Azikiwe. Born on November 16, 1904, in Zungeru, Nigeria, Namdi Azikiwe was educated in the United States, where he became influenced by nationalist and Pan-African ideas. Azikiwe played a pivotal role in Nigeria's independence movement and became the country's first president in 1963. He was a key advocate for federalism and unity in Nigeria's diverse society. Azikiwe is remembered as a founding father of Nigeria, with his leadership helping to navigate the complex post-independence challenges. His vision for a united Nigeria continues to resonate in the country's political discourse. 13. Leopold Senghor. Born on October 9, 1906, in Joal, Senegal, Leopold Sedar Senghor was educated in France and became a prominent poet and intellectual before entering politics. Senghor was Senegal's first president, serving from 1960 to 1980. His leadership focused on cultural identity, economic development, and promoting the concept of negritude, celebrating African culture and heritage. Senghor's contributions to literature and his visionary leadership in Senegal earned him international recognition. His emphasis on culture and education laid the foundation for Senegal's modern development. 12. Sam Nujoma. Born on May 12, 1929, in Onganjera, Southwest Africa, now Namibia, Sam Nujoma was a key figure in the struggle for Namibian independence. Nujoma became Namibia's first president in 1990 after leading the Southwest Africa People's Organization, SWAPO, in a protracted liberation struggle against South African rule. His leadership focused on reconciliation and nation-building. Nujoma's legacy is celebrated in Namibia, where he is regarded as the father of the nation. His efforts in securing independence and promoting unity have had a lasting impact on the country's development. 11. Thabo Mbeki. Born on June 18, 1942, in Idutiwa, South Africa, Thabo Mbeki was educated in South Africa and the United Kingdom, becoming deeply involved in the ANC's anti-apartheid activities. Mbeki served as South Africa's president from 1999 to 2008, focusing on economic growth HIV/AIDS policy, and African Renaissance. He played a significant role in the formation of the African Union, AU. Mbeki's leadership is noted for his contributions to economic policy and African unity, though his stance on HIV/AIDS was controversial. His vision for an African Renaissance continues to influence continental politics. Tenth spot, Kenneth Kaunda, born on April 28, 1924, in Chinsali, Northern Rhodesia, now Zambia. Kenneth Kaunda was educated as a teacher before becoming a key figure in Zambia's independence movement. Kaunda became Zambia's first president in 1964 and served until 1991. His leadership focused on non-alignment, regional liberation support, and the promotion of humanism, a philosophy emphasizing human dignity and social justice. Kaunda's contributions to Zambia's independence and his support for liberation movements in southern Africa are widely recognized. His vision of humanism influenced his governance and remains a part of his legacy. February 21st, 1924, in Kutama, southern Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe. Robert Mugabe was educated in South Africa and became a prominent leader in Zimbabwe's liberation struggle. Mugabe led Zimbabwe to independence in 1980 and served as its leader for nearly 4 decades. His early years in power focused on education, health, and economic development, but his later years were marked by economic decline and political repression. Mugabe's legacy is complex, with his contributions to liberation and education being overshadowed by his controversial governance and economic policies. Despite this, his role in Zimbabwe's independence and initial development is significant. 8. Ellen Johnson, Sirleaf. Born on October 29, 1938, in Monrovia, Liberia, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was educated in the United States and worked in international finance before entering politics. Sirleaf made history as Africa's first elected female head of state when she became president of Liberia in 2006. Her tenure was marked by efforts to stabilize the country after years of civil war, promote economic recovery, and strengthen democratic institutions. Sirleaf's leadership earned her international acclaim, including the Nobel Peace Prize in 2011. She is celebrated for her contributions to peace and development in Liberia and for breaking gender barriers in African politics. 7. Thomas Sankara, born on December 21, 1949, in Yako, Upper Volta, now Burkina Faso. Thomas Sankara was educated in Madagascar, where he received military training and developed his revolutionary ideas. Sankara came to power in a 1983 coup and immediately set about transforming Burkina Faso. He renamed the country, initiated widespread social and economic reforms, including land redistribution, vaccination campaigns, and infrastructure projects. Sankara's leadership was characterized by his commitment to self-reliance and anti-imperialism. Sankara's radical policies and charismatic leadership earned him the nickname Africa's Che Guevara. Though his tenure was cut short by his assassination in 1987, his vision of a self-sufficient and equitable society continues to inspire activists and leaders. 6. Haile Selassie. Born on July 23, 1892, in Ajersagoro, Ethiopia, Haile Selassie He was educated in the traditions of Ethiopian Orthodoxy and received a comprehensive education. Haile Selassie became Emperor of Ethiopia in 1930 and ruled until 1974. He is credited with modernizing Ethiopia, including reforms in education, transportation, and health. His leadership during Italy's invasion in 1935 and his appeal to the League of Nations made him a global symbol of resistance to oppression. Haile Selassie's influence extended beyond Ethiopia, particularly among Rastafarians who regard him as a messianic figure. His vision of Ethiopian unity and his role in the establishment of the OAU cement his legacy as a significant African leader. 5. Patrice Lumumba. Patrice Emery Lumumba was born on July 2, 1925, in Onalua, Belgian Congo. He was an educated and articulate leader, deeply involved in the Congolese nationalist movement, achievements and leadership. Lumumba was the first Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo, then the Republic of Congo, after its independence from Belgium in 1960. His tenure was short-lived, but marked by his passionate advocacy for national unity and his opposition to neo-colonialism. Lumumba's assassination in 1961 made him a martyr for the cause of African independence and a symbol of the struggle against colonial exploitation. His legacy continues to resonate in Congolese politics and African nationalism. 4. Jomo Kenyatta. Born on October 20, 1897, in Gatundu, British East Africa, now Kenya, Jomo Kenyatta studied in London, where he became involved in the Pan-African movement. Kenyatta was a key figure in Kenya's independence movement and became the country's first president in 1964. His leadership focused on nation-building, economic development, and maintaining political stability. Kenyatta is remembered as the founding father of Kenya, with his policies laying the foundation for the nation's post-independence development. His legacy is celebrated, though his leadership style also faced criticism for authoritarian tendencies. Third, Kwame Nkrumah, born on September 24, 1909, in Nkroful, Gold Coast, now Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah was educated in the United States, where he developed his ideas on Pan-Africanism and socialism. Nkrumah was a leading figure in Ghana's struggle for independence from British colonial rule. He founded the Convention People's Party, CPP, and led a series of protests and strikes, which eventually resulted in Ghana gaining independence in 1957, with Nkrumah as its first Prime Minister and later President. Nkrumah's vision extended beyond Ghana. He was a fervent advocate for Pan-Africanism, seeking to unite African nations politically and economically. He played a crucial role in the formation of the Organization of African Unity, OAU. Nkrumah's policies of industrialization, education, and infrastructure development transformed Ghana, but also led to economic challenges. Despite his overthrow in 1966, his ideas on African unity continue to inspire leaders across the continent.
Now you know.
Our runners-up: Julius Nyerere. Nyerere was born on April 13, 1922, in Butiama, Tanganyika, now Tanzania. He studied at Makerere University in Uganda and the University of Edinburgh in Scotland. Nyerere led Tanganyika to independence from British rule in 1961 and became its first president. He later united Tanganyika with Zanzibar to form Tanzania in 1964. Nyerere is best known for his policy of ujamaa, familyhood, which aimed at achieving economic self-reliance and social equality through African socialism. While ujamaa faced significant challenges and criticisms, Nyerere's emphasis on education, health and unity helped lay the groundwork for modern Tanzania. He is remembered as a principled leader dedicated to social justice and Pan-Africanism. And finally, last but not least, Nelson Mandela. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela was born on July 18, 1918, in the village of Mvezo in Umtata, then part of South Africa's Cape Province. He belonged to the Thembu royal family and was educated at Fort Hare University and the University of Witwatersrand. Mandela was a key figure in the fight against apartheid, South Africa's institutionalized racial segregation system. He was a founding member of the African National Congress, ANC, Youth League, and became involved in the anti-apartheid movement, advocating for non-violent resistance initially and later endorsing armed struggle through the formation of the ANC's armed wing, Umkhonto we Sizwe. After spending 27 years in prison, Mandela was released in 1990 and led negotiations to dismantle apartheid. In 1994, he became South Africa's first black president and worked towards national reconciliation. His leadership was marked by his emphasis on forgiveness, unity, and building a democratic society. Mandela's legacy extends beyond South Africa. He is celebrated worldwide as a symbol of resistance to oppression and a champion of human rights and equality. His work laid the foundation for a new, more inclusive South Africa.
Whatever you do, wherever you are, if you like this video, kindly consider subscribing for more updates. Thanks for watching.